single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Okay, y'all, what's up? It's your girl Chenelle Beauty coming back with another story time, and this story time is about another ex, because I happen to have a lot of crazy exes. This is about when one of my exes back when I was in high school decided that he wanted to meet me at my bus stop and follow me home and try to force himself inside of my house. So y'all stay tuned. So yeah, this happened back when I was in high school, and I was dating this boy, and we'll call him like Marvin. And me and Marvin was dating, I would say about maybe, I think we definitely dated less than a year, but I think it was, I would say about maybe 4 months. So we was dating about 4 months, and I was going to my last high school. I had like just started there, so this is before I met the dude with the child and the dude with the threesome. So I was dating this one boy when I first got you know, to the new school, and I was riding a bus to school at the time, and the bus stop was like way down the street. Like, I'm talking like at least 10 blocks down the street from my house. But I used to do the walk. Other than that, I could have took the city bus, which would have took me kind of out of the way. So I just ended up walking down to the bus stop, and I used to walk with this one girl, so it wasn't that bad. So anyway, I was dating this dude, and everything was cool at first, but he slowly started to show me that he was kind of like a little crazy, a little what's the word when they think you belong to them, territorial, and just kind of used to just do crazy shit. So at first, you know, like I said, everything was cool, but he started to slowly show his crazy. And it was one of those situations, like, you know, he was cute and stuff like that, and he was cool at first, disagreeing about something, and we kind of had got into like a small like high school argument. And I was at school at the time when we got into this argument. I don't even recall what it was about. It was pretty bad though, because I think I had ended up breaking up with him while I was at school, like by text message or something like that. And at this time, like, dude wasn't even, he wasn't even going to school. Like, I don't even recall what he used to do throughout the day for his time, but he was like my age, but he wasn't going to school. So I think he was home when I had like broke up with him by text message. It was just because at that time it was just too much stuff going on, and I just was like, dude, you're not even like worth the headache. So I just ended up like breaking up with him. He was acting crazy basically, and I remember him blowing my phone up throughout school that day, and he was also blowing it up while I was about to leave and get on my bus. And he ended up calling me too, and I think he called me like a couple times that day, and I of course didn't answer. But on the bus I had answered, like when I first got on the bus, and he was like the bus ride is probably like from my house, I would say that it was like 15 minutes away from my house. Like, it was out there. He called me while I was on the bus, and it was straight up threatening me. Like, he was like, you know, when I see you, like, it's on the popping. Because he was mad because I broke up with him, and he was like, you know, I should come, because he knew where my bus stop was. I should come to your bus stop. I'm gonna come to your bus stop, and I'm gonna whoop your ass, like straight up threatening me or whatever. And I didn't think nothing like of it. Like, I really didn't take it serious, to be honest with you. You know, I didn't think that like dude would actually like come to my bus stop and like follow me home type of situation. But yeah, he was threatening me. He was like, you know, I'm going to come to your bus stop, and you going to talk to me, or I'm going to whoop your ass type of situation. Never put his hands on me before that. This dude never did that. So I never took him serious or whatever. But long story short, when I got to my bus stop, he was waiting for me, and it was like the first thing I seen. Like, when we was pulling up, like, he was like heated, like like a security guard, like got heated. Like, he was really waiting for me. And I remember just like thinking like, oh shit. And I think I told somebody at the time, like one of my friends, like what was going on. And when, you know, we pulled up, I think I was like, shit girl, like he really out there. So okay, so I got out the bus, and I think at the time the girl I normally would walk home with, cause she stayed like 2 streets down from me, so I used to always walk to the bus stop with her and back. I think she like didn't come to school that day, or she got a ride home or something like that, but I just remember it just being me like walking home. And when I got off the bus, like, you know, I just act like I didn't see him, because I already knew he was the type to make a scene, and you weren't about to do that in front of the people I go to school with. Like, you just not about to do that. And then in the public, like, no, because my bus stop was right in front of a very busy Dollar General, so you know I wasn't about to have them problems out there. So when I got off the bus, you know, I just beeline and just kept walking and act like I didn't even see him. And I think that pissed him off even more. He just started shouting and just like screaming my name and just like screaming all types of stuff at me. And I'm just walking, I'm speed walking, like not really speed walking, but I'm just like minding my business, like trying to walk a little faster, because I knew that this dude was obviously crazy. Like, you first threatened that you was going to come to my bus stop and find me and beat my ass and do all of this stuff, and then to see you actually there, like, I'm not about to play these games with you. And the street that I walked down was really busy. It's a really busy known street in my city, and he was doing all of that with cars passing by and all types of stuff. Like I said, the bus stop was like 10 blocks away from my house. Like, I stayed on like 17th Avenue. That bus stop, I think, was like on 7th Avenue or whatever. And I walked all the way home with him screaming at me and trying to catch up to me. He never ran up to me, but he was like speed walking to me, and was some distance between me and him, but enough for me to hear what he was saying. And I'm just like walking home, like, this dude is really following me home. Don't recall if I called my people and told them about it, but I just remember like being ahead of him and hearing him behind me, and just like you got me fucked up, like you broke up with me, and Shay, I know you hear me, like all types of crazy stuff, like I know you hear me. And I didn't even know how to respond, and I finally got on my street, and you know, had my key ready to get in the door. Didn't think that he would actually like come on my lawn and my property type of stuff, but he walked right up with me, and he then was like at the door with me while I was like trying to open the door. And I'm just like, leave me alone, you know, like, why did you follow me home? You crazy, like, just leave me alone. We had already broke up. You knew that I was gonna break up with you when you started acting crazy type of situations. And he didn't want to hear none of that shit. Like, he just kept going off on me. And I remember that I was able to get the door open, and right when I was about to close the door on him, dude like literally was trying to barge his way into my door. And just like, it really like made him upset that I guess I was gonna close the door on him. But it's like, you acting crazy, like you literally followed me home, and now you trying to force yourself inside my house. So I was able to close the door on him and lock the door. And he was like, you know, all playing with the knob and stuff, trying to open the door. And I was just remembering like at the time, like getting kind of scared at that point, and just was like, okay, this dude is like really crazy. Like, what if he tried to meet me at my bus stop again tomorrow? He never did that, but that was definitely a very just traumatizing / scary moment that I had to go through, because I was like, you know, if he gets through this door, it's no telling like what he gonna do. Like, he already threatened that he was gonna like beat my ass, and he really stuck to his word when he said that he was gonna come to my bus stop and everything like that. So Marvin was a crazy ass lunatic. He was a fucking nutcase, and the dude really like followed me home like 10 blocks, and you know, I was in high school, we was young, and he was like acting crazy like that. So yeah, that's the story time about when I was dating a boy that, you know, we called Marvin, and he just was like batshit crazy. Like, he used to always, like, not to that extent, but used to always kind of like do little crazy stuff, or say little crazy stuff or whatever. And it just got to a point like I was totally turned off, and I just, you know, I got to a point where I was over it, and you know, I broke up with him. He was talking to me crazy at school, and that's why, you know, I ended up breaking up with him. Like, it's no need for us to meet in person. Like, you good, love, I'm good, you know. So that's what ended up happening. He ended up meeting me at my bus stop, following me home, screaming to the top of his lungs when I was walking home on a busy ass street. He didn't even care that people could see him, and yeah, and he tried to get into my house. So thank y'all so much for tuning in to another story time about when my ex-boyfriend called himself meeting me at my bus stop and following me home and trying to force his stuff into my fucking door. So share this with your friends, your boo thing, and your family, and like, comment, and subscribe if you want to stay tuned to other videos, and hit that bell so that you can be up to date on all of my new videos that I post. I also do music, and my rap name is Ladi Tiggah. That's LADITIGGAH. If you wanted to check out my music, I will put the link below. And thank y'all so much for tuning in. Stay beautiful. Bye.
Never take not a thing from a fuck bitch. Fuck a nigga if that do be on some fuck shit. I'm teaching you hoes the game, so pay attention. If you made it and it's yours, it don't matter how you